and welcome to Kit Guru. Today you're here with me, Christina, to chat about the Arctis 7P wireless headset by SteelSeries at the price of $159.99 on their website currently. Don't forget we have lots of reviews here on Kit Guru, so make sure that you are subscribed, you've hit that bell icon to get the latest and greatest tech reviews from us. I'm excited about this headset as I've had the Asus ROG Strix Go 2.4 and I absolutely love it. Being compatible with so many items means there's no need to have multiple headsets, and it makes it easier to move around your tech almost seamlessly. This headset is wireless, compatible with PS5, PS4, Switch, Android and PC, with some wired capabilities too, which we'll touch on later. So let's see if SteelSeries can replace my old favourite and top spot. Just a little backstory here. If you're familiar or have heard of the original Arctis 7, then you will know it has some awesome specs, and the 7P has all of that, but unlike the original, the Arctis 7 and the 7P uses the wireless USB-C dongle. This is supposedly used for low latency, high fidelity audio, but what else does it have up its sleeve? Well, we're here to find out. Just to note, the 7X was released alongside the 7P, and yes, these headsets are practically identical, except for their USB dongle and a few other things. The dongle on the Arctis 7X is slightly bigger to facilitate Xbox wireless connectivity. The dongle also has a switch to flip between Xbox connectivity and USB for Switch, PC or PlayStation devices because its dongle is smaller and it lacks that Xbox wireless tech. Arctis 7P is not compatible with Xbox. The Arctis 7X also features a chat mix dial on the ear cup to balance game and chat audio, while the Arctis 7P instead features a dial to adjust side tone, aka mic monitoring, straight from the headset. Back onto the 7P, which we are reviewing today, and looking at the box, all the main features are on the back and front, which is really helpful. Inside the box, we are greeted with some really helpful information, and that is mic positioning. It is nice that they've put this on there because each mic differs, and it's nice to know that position that they want you to have it in. Inside the slip, we have a plastic pocket stuck to the back of the insert with a cute feedback form and the manual. Of course, then we have the headset itself. We also have some leads in the box, a USB-C extender ending in a USB connector, the headset connector lead ending in a combo 3.5mm jack, and a micro USB to USB lead. The USB-C dongle sits really nice and flush on the phone too, which is really good to see. Looks-wise, this headset appears to be something of the future with its white and blue design. The use of steel and textured plastic materials also gives a really nice depth to the headset. It is intended to work with the PS5 too, and the white matches this quite nicely. It's always nice to have your setup matching. I also really like how the blue detail runs into the mesh inside of the ear cups. Talking of ear cups, they are super soft, and that's because of this airweave ear cushioning that we have here. It really does mold so well to any shape and has a slow release once you let go of the foam, which obviously shows that there's memory there. So it looks great, but I wanted to talk about the functionality next. We have seen what I would call floating headbands before in other headsets and the other Arctis series, but it is different to most other brands. Instead of the headset having the usual up and down adjustments, this headset has an elasticated band that SteelSeries call the adjustable ski goggle suspension design. It is basically a one-size-fits-all that expands and retracts to your head size on its own. When you put it on, however, there is a slight adjustment based on where you put that Velcro tab. Some more on functionality before I chat about that headband. The ear cups have quite a big range of motion here, and they also rotate all the way round to being in a flat position if needed for storage. You have the Clearcast bi-directional retractable microphone recessed into the headset, and this can be pulled out when in use and adjusted via the flexible arm to the aforementioned mic position. Here is a mic test for that. This is the sound test for the Arctis 7P wireless SteelSeries headset. I've got the microphone about 3 fingers width away from my mouth and in the position explained on the box. So the one thing that I find is that there are some plosives that catch sometimes, and there is a little bit of clipping. Now, this is without any software adjustments, and I'm sure that you can play around in there, but this is me speaking normally. This is me speaking quite loudly. This is me speaking quite quietly. These are the P's and the B's and and this is me speaking normally again. Again, this is without any software tweaking, just as is. I would say that this microphone is not one of the best that I've heard, and especially for the price, I would say this gets a bit of a thumbs down for me. It's clear enough to hear through for the other people on the other end, but it isn't the best quality. The mic mute button on the left hand cup that depresses when pressed and pops back out when pressed again to indicate whether the mic is muted or not, and also there is an LED on the end of the mic that shows the mute status too. Audibly you get a pleasant beep as well, if that's even possible. What I mean is it doesn't deafen you. This happens both when you mute and unmute the microphone. Other things we have on the left hand side of the headset include the volume control wheel, which is incrementless, and it has some great texture on the grip. This is a really nice feature as it does allow you to select exactly the right amount of volume that you want without being restricted to a specific inbuilt increment. On the same side, there is a micro USB hole for the charging cable and another hole to connect that combi jack lead into, as well as an aux in. Now, you don't unfortunately get an aux cable in the box, but this is used for sharing audio, for instance. You can listen to the music on your phone whilst playing a game on your PlayStation. For a wireless headset, this does come with a lot of leads, but this is because they have pretty much thought of everything. But it would have been nice to see a USB-C charging port and lead. Just saying. The charge level is also indicated on the power button LED. A fast red blink is 1 to 9%, just red is 10 to 19%, yellow is 20 to 49%, and green is 50 to 100. Moving on to the right hand cup, you have a side tone wheel, again non-incremental. This allows you to listen back to your own voice, which I love because there is nothing worse than shouting at your teammates because you don't really realise how loud you are. Then there is the power button. Press and hold the power button for at least 3 seconds and you will hear a tone and the headset LED will illuminate. To power off, you press and hold the power button for at least 3 seconds. There is an auto off feature that kicks in after no input, which I will touch on in the software. I had no issues with the battery. The box claims 24 hours and I would say that this is roughly about right. It lasted over a couple of days for me. Also, the wireless is really good. It doesn't seem to have an issue going through walls and into other rooms of my house. There was no loss of signal to the people I was speaking to on Discord, for instance. The box claims to have 40-foot distance. Unfortunately, my house isn't quite long enough to test this, but it worked really well for me. Moving on to connectivity now, this headset comes pre-connected to the dongle out of the box, but if you ever do need to repair the dongle, you can do this by following the in-manual instructions. Other than that though, it is pretty much plug and play, and to connect to your PS4, PS5 or Switch in TV mode, for instance, you just connect the dongle to the USB-C extender, connect that to the device and away you go. If you want to connect the Switch in handheld mode or Android, you just need that USB-C dongle. In the manual, it also states that Samsung Galaxy phones are not supported for voice call or voice chat functionality, but media such as games, music and videos, they are supported. On PC, it is the same process to connect as it is for the PS5 and stuff like that, but you also have the option of software. After clicking your device, you bring up the headset settings. You can see the usual equalizer here, you have a mic preview and mic volume, and below these you have the power options, so you can set when you would like the headset to turn off from inactivity. You also have dynamic range controls, which is beautifully explained here in the software for you. You also have all of your media controls displayed underneath here, and you can add profiles too if you wish to switch between. Downloading the SteelSeries Engine also allows you to customize your audio settings and integrate with engine apps like Discord, for instance. You can access all of these apps by going back out and into the apps section at the top of the first page. There are lots of other apps that you can use with the software too, and there are loads of helpful guides on the website when you download the SteelSeries software, and that really helps you get the most out of this. The manual also states that there are some software features that are only available on Windows 10. Moving on to comfort, this headband is like magic. You really don't get any kind of pressure at all. The only thing I would say is that the clamp force is slightly looser than I'm used to, but by pointing in the cups at the top or the bottom, this really helps get the right amount of force for you. It does move if you tip your head back and forward or look completely down, but generally speaking and looking around and moving, it wasn't that bad. I was worried that the sound would leak out too, but to be honest, it is really good at keeping that sound in the cups. Kind of molds to your ears the longer that you wear it. After hours of use, I normally can feel pressure either on top of my head or I get a bit of a headache. But the 7P, I would say, is probably one of the most comfortable headsets I've worn in a long time. The weight is so evenly distributed over that headband. Now, sound-wise, obviously the whole profile can be changed in the software when using that equalizer, but without messing with any of that. Music-wise, the bass profile is very nicely balanced. The bass punches through without distorting the other frequencies. There isn't that horrible tinny high end, and you can hear the percussion and other details really well. The mid is also very well balanced into the mix, so if you like vocal-led songs, this headset is great for clarity of singers too. This also rings true in gaming, when I played Call of Duty and Division on PC, and a bit of Last of Us 2 on the PS5. The directional audio was amazing on PC, but even better on consoles, and this is most likely down to the fact that the 7P, and to be fair, all USB connected headsets, are compatible with PlayStation 5's Tempest 3D audio tech. Earlier consoles simulate 3D audio by changing the volume of an effect as you move closer or further away, for instance, whereas the Tempest 3D audio tech makes effects happen at specific times using algorithms. This creates a more kind of natural soundscape, so even though there isn't any 7.1, this technology tricks your brain into thinking that you can hear the precise location of each and every sound. On Windows though, it does just have the usual Windows Sonic and its software, of course. All of the details such as footsteps and clicks of rounds were really nicely mixed into the environmental sounds too, which is really pleasant. I would say this headset has a brilliant sound quality that I would personally expect from a headset that costs quite a lot more. I raved about the Asus ROG Go Strix 2.4, and you can check out that review here on Kit Guru. I even purchased it myself as my daily driver, and I have to say the Arctis 7P wireless headset by SteelSeries has some serious kick for the price and some even better features too, such as that onboard side tone. I prefer the headband and the cups. The sound is roughly the same quality, I would say though. Also, the design is pretty cool, and that dongle fits better due to it being flush. In conclusion, if you buy this headset, I doubt you'll be disappointed. The specs, the design, the software functionalities, the usability, it all rocks, and I really can't pick an awful lot out that is wrong with this headset, apart from that micro USB charging cable. Just why, SteelSeries, why? Anyway, other than that, I would quite happily say this is the best wireless headset I have used so far. Anyway, let me know down in the comments if this is a headset you'd be happy buying, or do you already have one? Let us know down in the comments, I want to hear. And whilst you're there, sub, ring that bell, check out our website daily for tech news, check out our merch. My name's Christina, this is Kit Guru, and I will see you next time.